Welcome to SameSpitDifferentFace podcast, where my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. So, let's talk Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty, and his case. Before I start this video, I will be giving one person $100. All you have to do is click the subscribe button. Now, the easiest thing in the world to do nowadays is hate on Nicki Minaj. Now, I am going to be honest and say that she does do things that are unfavorable, but she's not the problem, right? And especially when we look at this situation with Kenneth Petty, she's 100% not the problem, and she's not wrong for wanting to stand by his side if she believes he's innocent. So here's the truth about his case. When he caught his case, he was 15 years old. Now, I'm going to tell you what they said happened and what actually ended up happening in this story. So, the woman said that a guy came up behind her, put an object to her back, led her to an abandoned building to where he basically forced her down, put his weight on top of her, and inserted himself inside of her. Now, by some likelihood of something happening, she got away, and once she got away, she went directly to the police. The police found him later, and that was that. Now, here's the part of the story that we don't get to hear. The lady recanted her statement, and she had went to the police and said that she didn't like the statement she made. She didn't believe in it, but the police told her if she recanted her statement, she would face 3 months in jail herself. So instead of the cops allowing her to do the right thing and come forward and say this is not what happened, they forced her to keep up with a false statement or an alleged false statement since he was found guilty with this. Now, just because she was ready to recant her statement, I understand that doesn't mean that he's not guilty. But right now, we're dealing with the facts of what happened with him. The next thing we have to do is take into account the time we were in. To me, it's funny how people give the Central Park 5 the benefit of the doubt for being railroaded when Trump took out the ad in the paper and everything went wrong with them. But they'll look at Kenneth Petty because they don't like Nicki Minaj and say he must be guilty when this is the same thing that happened. He was 15. They put him in an interrogation room. He continued to say that he was not guilty and he didn't do it up until the last moment. But the problem was, and the problem is that when you put in a lot of these situations, whether it's a situation for a murder charge, whether it's a situation for a robbery, and whatever it may be, what happens is they prolong the case, they prolong it, they prolong it, they prolong it, they tell the judge they're not ready, they do this, they do that, and what they end up doing is they say, hey, we know that you've been going through a lot of stress. We know you're sitting here. We know you're ready to get back to your family. So what we'll do is, instead of trying to put you away forever for this alleged heinous crime you committed, we'll work out a deal with you so you can get out, because when they know you're not guilty and they have nothing on you, they much rather work out a deal because you can't do a civil suit later. And that basically be the part of it. When you see a lot of these people getting paid on the back end, it's because they went to trial and was found guilty in trial, even though they were innocent. But once you take a plea deal, you're admitting to guilt and all that is off the table. So what we have to do when we look at this Kenneth Petty situation, Big Zoo, this can be an entertaining situation for some, but you have to keep in mind that Nicki Minaj, with her image and her reputation and her money and her livelihood on the line, would not stand next to someone that she knew for 100% fact, or even 90 or 85 or 75% fact, maybe even 50% fact. If it was a 50-50 chance that she thought he was capable of this type of crime, she would not be standing next to him. She's too important to herself, and she's too important to just the cause of Interscope or Young Money or Cash Money. Wherever she's getting money at, she's too important to stand next to somebody like this, especially in the Me Too movement. You have to take these things into account. Drop below in the comments and let me know what you think. Also, it's free, so click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Peace.